for this country.
All right, just one of the many moments from last night's second and sadly final presidential debate between President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Kelly Sadler is a former special assistant to President Trump. She joins us now. Also, our panel coming back, Betsy and Julio. Kelly, we'll start with you. The president needed to have an impact last night. I think everybody agrees on that. Do you think he changed any minds?
In Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and we're on the way to another 4 years of the President Trump victory and presidency. So he absolutely did a great job. He laid out exactly why he should get 4 more years and what a Joe Biden presidency would look like. It would ban the oil and gas industry. It would ban fracking. It would raise your taxes. This is nothing that we need coming out of economic recovery.
Kelly, and sticking with you for just a second, what did you make of the moment when Joe Biden had that unforced error? He didn't have to say this. He just needed to cruise through the last 5 minutes of this thing and get out of there and go hide for 12 days. But he says he wants to get rid of oil. I mean, he's trying to win Pennsylvania. I mean, what is he doing?
He doubled down on it. And even the president, I think, was caught a little off foot. He's like, did you hear that, Ohio and Pennsylvania? Did anyone else hear that? Because it is radical what he's proposing, the Green New Deal, which was co-sponsored by AOC and the radical left. And what we saw last night was it was a substantive policy argument where both sides laid out where they were. And we just saw how radical Joe Biden's policies are.
Yeah, Betsy, let's go over to you. People talk all the time about how Joe Biden, he makes a lot of flubs. He says the wrong thing a lot. Was this one of those moments where his whole staff is just going like this?
I'm glad that the president emphasized it because the moderator probably would have let it just slide. Yeah. But the fact is those states, residents of Texas, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, which Trump mentioned last night, and several other states. Let's include the car manufacturing states in there, too. Let's get Michigan in there. Those states would be radically affected by Joe Biden's anti-fossil fuel agenda. Yep. He wants to go for electric cars. Americans don't want electric cars. They can't afford electric cars. And so the choice is very clear.
Yeah. Also, this moment from last night, let's listen to this.
He's a very confused guy. He thinks he's running against somebody else. He's running against Joe Biden. I beat all those other people because I disagreed with them. Joe Biden he's running against.
Julio, I actually thought that was one of the most effective moments for Joe Biden.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that in a sense, but listen, they're all over the place. They're trying to make Joe Biden 1 minute he's appeasing the Democratic far left liberal base by saying that he's for the new, the Green New Deal and he's going to get rid of oil. And then the next minute he's saying he's not going to ban fracking. And then, what was he talking about with the whole healthcare argument yesterday? I couldn't even figure it out. He's talking about how President Trump is going to destroy the affordable healthcare market when the Affordable Care Act destroyed the affordable private health care market with, a family of four's premiums going up $2,500 a year on average. What President Trump is trying to do is continuing the tradition of what he's done so far, especially, post-pandemic. He has stimulated the economy by loosening regulations and by lowering taxes. And before the pandemic really hit, they were talking about tax cuts 2.0. So we're going to have to do another round of tax cuts. We're going to have to continue to cut red tape, but we're going to stimulate the economy in new industries. Like he pointed out yesterday,
that's how you get the growth
steel
going.
Industry in America.
Absolutely. Kelly, over to you. I thought of all of the moments, the most effective thing I thought the president did was paint Joe Biden as a feckless leader who has never really accomplished anything for the American people. Do you think he did that effectively enough to get some people on the fence to maybe not vote at all or maybe come to his side?
Well, listen, the most effective line that he said in the first debate, and he said it again last night, was Joe Biden has had 47 years in office. Yeah. And he hasn't accomplished any of the things that he's saying that he's going to accomplish in the next 4 years. I've been in office for 47 months. I've passed criminal justice reform. I have lowered taxes. I have cut the red tape of the bureaucracy and deregulation. I have achieved peace in the Middle East. So yes, this president has done more in 47 months than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. So why should we give him another 4 years?
That's a good point. Kelly, great to see you. Thanks so much. Betsy and Julio, stick around for us just a little bit longer.